Hello, lovelies. I just want to thank everyone because I've hit 2,500 subs, and still a long way to go before people stop telling me I'm criminally undersubbed. But there you go. So I wanted to thank you all for subscribing, and to thank you all for all your support over the last few years. Yeah, I started this channel originally more as a sort of promotional tool for my RPGs and my writing, and then ended up not really using it very much. And then I reactivated it during Gamergate because I felt that I had a perspective, things to say that weren't being said. And then I just kind of kept going after that. I mean, I didn't have the meteoric rise that some people did from commenting on Gamergate, but that was never really my aim. My aim has always been to present a more measured, thoughtful point of view for the most part on things, not to chase the algorithm, not to chase the drama. That's a big part of what's limited the channel, honestly. Chasing the algorithm is how you get followers, it's how you get money, it's how you get all those things. But for me, it's always been more about getting my point of view out there with tone and inflection and body language and everything, so that there's less room to be misinterpreted. It's a depressing thing to say as a writer whose job it is to convey things that I want to accurately in text. It's a horrible thing to admit, but video is more effective for that. I mean, people still misinterpret me, willfully or otherwise, but it happens less, and they have to actually listen, which is nice. The other aspect to it, of course, is that I spend most of the time by myself. And don't really get to socialise very much because I live out in the sticks, and I work alone for myself, and there's various other issues. So the internet, social media, is my water cooler, and YouTube is my way of speaking to people, socialising, I guess. I hope the people who have subscribed, I hope they appreciate the eclectic mix of content that I do, and the approach that I take to issues, and that I tend to try and talk about the kind of meta-analytical level behind what's going on. So rather than focusing on the issue itself, I'll talk about implications for the culture war, or for gaming, or for rights, or whatever. Hopefully you appreciate that. And again, I just want to thank you all for subscribing, watching, and supporting. This is where I shill, I suppose. Though being British, not terribly comfortable with that. Have a Patreon. It would be nice to get that up to or over $100 again. Unfortunately, after the Patreon purge, a lot of people don't trust it, so understandable. I also have a Subscribe Star. So if you do want to support me, that's currently the best place to do it, because you need a certain amount of money and a certain amount of subscribers on Subscribestar before you start getting cash, right? So I've got people who are paying into Subscribestar, but I can't get to that money until I get 5 subs there and a certain amount of cash built up. So if you want to support me, think about Subscribestar. If not, Patreon. Otherwise, there's a PayPal option. I think it's in the links down below. Once I've got a sort of combined total of $180 a month or so coming in, and then I top that with my YouTube revenue, then I'll start doing some subscriber only content, maybe 1 or 2 videos a month, something like that, and start providing more benefits. But at the moment, it's just not cost effective. And the time I spend doing YouTube videos is time I don't spend working doing other things. I have to weigh up the value to me, and I think in terms of my mental health and other things, I think YouTube's good for that. So it has quite a lot of value to me in that way, as a kind of self-appointed therapy, I suppose. But it would be nice if more people were supportive. And I tend to use that money to invest in things like better lighting. I've got some soundproofing around my computer now to make the background hum less. When I'm designing games and so on, it's nice to have a bit more cash to throw at artists and people. So what gets given to me tends to get respent back into the creative community, which I think is a good way to go about it. No point just sitting on all the money. Though I do have a habit of saving, which has been drummed into me by being more poor in the past, I should say. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I don't do what you're supposed to do on YouTube to get support or subscribers or monetization or anything. I don't have a single issue channel. I have a multiple issue channel, and I use playlists to stream different kinds of content. So go look at my playlist section if you're interested in games particularly, or politics particularly, or whatever else. I don't do any of the things apart from optimizing my descriptions, titles, and keywords to succeed on YouTube. Everything I do pretty much goes against the recommendations. And I seem to be doing okay at the moment because this mass wave of demonetizations hasn't hit me so badly. I did get hit with a wave of demonetization. I appealed them all and got about 3/4 of them back, I think, which doesn't hurt. But since so many other people are being banned or blocked or permanently demonetized, there seems to be more adverts around for the people who aren't. So perhaps my slightly more moderate toned conversation and so on is appealing to YouTube's algorithm. I would love to get into more conversations with people, whether about gaming or politics or whatever, on either side of the political aisle, because I think I have points of agreement and disagreement with both. And I think we need to foster those kind of conversations, but I have the very devil of a time finding anyone who's willing to have those conversations. Particularly around gaming, which is disappointing because that's my thing. So if you are someone like that, or you know someone like that, let's figure something out. All right, take it easy, and zang.